a lot of flank angles, there's escape routes, and sometimes you take the escape route, and next thing you know, you find yourself in front of a ban pool who puts a ban hammer on your forehead, and then you're just doomed. It's a tricky map for sure. It's definitely fun and exciting. A lot of new things involved.
We back. I don't know what that was, man.
About the structure of how there's
it's just tripping on me.
Like a 3-lane map at the end. And then you have just like very different points with off maps in the first 2 selections. So again, things are looking different here for this team. But I want to see if an attack can go to point 3. I'd like this to stay close like they have been today, but find out in a moment.
Yeah, Zoe, I wanted to hear your thoughts too after a really dominating first push right there, but they got held right before that 3rd checkpoint.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It just shut down on me. That was so random. So annoying.
Things that really turn the tide for these teams, but I don't want to stop the
I don't know why it does that sometimes.
Ready to go again, so let's dive straight back into the action.
I love it. Back in we go. Cafe Rose just got to get this thing through the 2nd point, and then their dreams are in sight. And the W still has potential point 3 or game 3, excuse me. We'll see what happens here in a moment. You can see the compositions on screen. Don't think we're going to see any changes. It looks like they are committed. Definitely different than what we saw in the last match.
Man, I'm loving what we've seen today, Shib. We're in for such a good season.
That was so random.
All right, guys, welcome. This America's region is heating up. It's been a lot closer than what a lot of people have thought. Looking at Cafe Rose coming out of the MRC, though, they held back Swamp Gaming, a team that has been so dominating in the scrim books, at least catching in their checks. But looking at the way that Cafe Rose has been running so far, the Cloak and Dagger.
All right, everything should be running smooth, bro. I don't know why I did that. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I did that. YouTube be tripping sometimes. But we back.
Already almost at alt on the fan pool is actually insane to see. 80% in the first few seconds here off the rip. Praise. He's just played a great cap.
It just literally just shut down, bro.
All the cap mains showing that it's absolutely viable at the top level.
The game's so epic it crashed your stream? May, perhaps. So Swamp Gaming got stopped after the 2nd point, almost nearly to the end of the 3rd point. So now Cafe Rose needs to push to 3 to win, or get to that point and more, a little more.
Melo's already ready, but so is Lyric before trying to isolate the backline here, harassing the Gambit too. Valentina is out of the fray.
My fault, guys, my fault. I don't know why stream be tripping like that sometimes. The next game is the Citadel game. I'm gonna grab me some snacks before that happens. I might even make me a ramen or something. I don't know. Have a little ramen mukbang stream. Marvel Rival ramen mukbang stream right here.
It's definitely coming back into the fold in terms of the meta, even through some of this dive stuff, just by being that anchor for point and still having a ton of KO pressure with the left-right-left combo. Lyric gonna throw out that bubble low at HP, but out goes a huge Royal plus a Madian spin to win on Pro Builder. Goodbye there to the Storm pick. The idea just to be damage boosting up the team, but that is likely going to be switched up here in a moment. Now, still going to be on that Storm right now, trying to give some damage boost. I'm not sure exactly to who. That's the only tricky part right now.
Yeah, I mean, at least Pixel will be able to be right there to get another Eternal Bomb, but it's going to have to be saved. Our legs against a Madian, and now Scatter is ready.
Oh, wow. Straight dunked his ass. Couldn't be me, bro. Couldn't be me.
The Eternal Bond and the healing that they had.
And I want to reiterate, Scatter was a millimeter away from being behind that wall, which would have kept him safe. That boundary wall that's implemented right there, that is insanely unlucky and or just uncalculated or super calculated. I don't know, by Scatter. Either way, that was nutty to witness, but what a shutdown there by Scatter Genji.
By a pixel, almost. By a pixel! As Pixel, unfortunately, was the one that had to deal with that on the receiving end, and now Madian could let hell unleash. He's got the Galactic Legend. You hear the Omega Hurricane. Everybody scatters. Good circle below him and protect right there from the hook. But here comes the Legendary as he shuts down any Omega Hurricane. I'm expecting Pro.
Yo, that's crazy.
Right now. Yeah, I'm just not sure who the damage boosts they're going for. They don't have any real hit skin besides Lyric. And now
I start playing more Star-Lord, bro. That ult is just such an OP ult.
I typically like to see Storm when they're running something that's going to get boosted 24/7 in terms of damage, but they just weren't doing that. I mean, it's tough to do that with a Wolverine who's going to be trying to run away from you at all times to chase those Vanguards. But outside of that, Valentino launching once more. Everybody going to dive forward. Goodbye to respect.
Bro, Swamp Gaming is not letting them play. Damn.
Another pick here on a Lyric and almost does that, but what an escape in that moment.
Kraz is a problem. The mosquito that
Bro,
they have not been
he's
able
nasty.
to swat away while Scatter
He's
is
nasty.
dealing so much of the damage impact that we know.
Kraz Mang is nasty.
Valentina being on the gambit. I also really like the way that they've been able to not only desync these ultimates, Forky Dog holding onto that invisible boundary, because now you're down to the last 30 seconds for Cafe Rose. The Eternal Bond now just trying to paint the floor, and they have to avoid the Meteor M this time around. No!
Best game.
Wow, that is just a lot of commitment. Once again, Pig's not able to make
He should have just went this way and went inside that area. He should have went inside that area. Instead of coming out, he should have just went scan, and then come back towards the team. Hidden behind this thing.
Walking them forward with that internal bond, heading them right back into this door. They're gonna try to surge together, re-heal up, and recommit.
Okay, hey, at least low-key, Cloak and Daggers worked. Yeah, got it, bro. Come on. Craze Mang, Craze Mang. Yup.
You call in the invisible boundary first. You try to back away. Valentina still incredibly low, but
Oh, that's GG. That's GG, bro. No healers. No healers. Damn, bro. Damn.
And Swamp Gaming, they clear this bus away from Cafe Rose.
Damn, Cafe Rose. They weren't as hungry as yesterday. They say what? Having some ramen right now? I'm having some ramen right now? Samyang ramen? It's the meta, guys? Bro, Samyang ramen is good, but me personally, I had Samyang ramen since I was like 5 years old. I'm done with Samyang ramen, bro. You gotta eat noguri. Noguri or udon tong. Man, game changer. But Samyang ramen is bomb though.
Scatter, who has 10 final hits, making it with 19 by the way, but shutting down each.
Only if your team keeps you up when you do anything, bro. I'm saying, right? Jin ramen? That's what I'm having. That's what I'm having. Hey, SG, clap it up, yo. They did that. They did that.
Yeah, being able to get that gambit.
I'm gonna make some ramen, y'all. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna be right back. Bro, I'm hungry. I want some ramen. Damn, that's nasty though. That's crazy. That's crazy. Love to see Rogue team lose to Cap team. Hey. Hey.
That's all it can take sometimes.
Crazy statement right there. Actually, I'd say the same thing if I saw a Magic team fighting against a Thing team and Magic team win. Man, I'd be happy.
Calling out what Sanji was going to do if he wanted to pop that last stand. And even though he got both strats, look how quickly that Galactic Legend melted him down. I do have to give props though. You know, Cafe Rose made this a lot closer than we were expecting. From the very beginning, it's kind of another one of those Cafe Rose games where despite what the scoreline says, you had Swamp Gaming work for it, even from the very beginning in the pick and ban phase. A mating 42-3, by the way. And then you have Kraz, who was a hassle in this Captain America resurgence that we're now seeing within the MRI.
Yeah, I think he's just another one of those great answers. Obviously, you know, if you can't run the Venom, Cap is obviously a great answer, even outside of that, because the alt charge advantage is huge. Being able to utilize your ultimate for a wide variety of solutions, right? It's not always just offensive. You can use it to help your backline, to build strategist ultimates while you're helping your backline. There's just so much you can do, and Cap mains are taking advantage of it, that's for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, in general, also Swamp Gaming's triple Vanguard composition just looks so good. Generally, their Vanguards are just top-notch, right? So they are a tricky team to go up against. This is their second victory on the board now, starting off strong, of course, yesterday with a 2-0 against Sentinels. And I believe the next match they have coming up is against Energy Shock. That's our opening match tomorrow. That might be a lot closer, though, because Energy Shock has been looking good.
Yeah, I think that team has a ton of talent on paper. Very young team, and they're obviously new together. But yeah, they absolutely can take that home. We can make it a tough battle for sure.
That was like one of those teams, right, that we were looking at Soe just yesterday, wondering, okay, were they able to have the time in the offseason in the roster mania to really build up that roster where people were looking at, okay, can they really do it? And they showed up just yesterday in a huge upset against 100 Thieves, where everybody had as #1 in their pick'ems.
Yeah, so I'm very interested to see how they're going to stack up against one another, and also just kind of what the takeaway is from today's game. Like, if you're San Francisco Shock, you're watching this match, what do you identify as needs to be targeted?
Yeah, I mean, and those some of the cool things that we can ask our upcoming interviewee is going to be questions about like the coaching and banning standpoint. I'm looking forward to asking those questions as we're going to be talking to Fox here in a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I want to know what their take is on the meta, what a coaching standpoint thinks is the most impactful right now, maybe even before or after this upcoming change and patch.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's the first time we're going to get to talk to one of the coaches as well. I am very excited to hear what they can share and will share with us, or if they're going to hold the cards close to their buddies. We'll find
Yeah,
out.
that's true. Yeah, that could very much happen.
It might just give us like a generic PR answer. I'd have to deal.
We see it happen a lot, right? Not a lot of these teams want to reveal everything that's up their sleeve, but I think the one thing that I like to see from a lot of our interviewees is how confident they feel within themselves and the rest of their team. They see that the competition is at an all-time high in comparison to what we opened up with, right, Shib? Over last year, kind of the recognition of Marvel Rivals esports, and now I think everybody across every single region has improved tenfold in the last few months.
Oh yeah, and when you're duking it out for millions of dollars in this pro scene, and I can't stress that enough, I can't imagine the stress, right? Like, you get stage fright when you get on stage, but imagine you get on stage and there's millions on the line. I think your heart starts pumping just a little bit faster. Those butterflies turn into bees, and you see if you can pull through. It's a difficult spot to be in. It's awesome to see in person. I'm looking forward to more of that happening, but this is just the preseason, and I'm sure it's in a similar vein. People are nervous right now, and for day one, we definitely saw it. In day two, these have been absolute heaters.
Yeah, we heard it earlier today, right, in the post-match interview. It's like, dang, those nerves. First map nerves, first map jitters, first game nerves. Like, that's all really real. So it's, and it can really come back to bite you because it's just a best of three. Like, you can snowball into oblivion so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky, right? I think best of three, that's the format we've got right now. Absolutely makes sense early on, especially as, you know, this is just preseason. We're looking for placements and stuff like that. That will develop later on into best of fives as we get deeper into the scene of Ignite. But yeah, I mean, teams are still figuring each other out. The meta is still being discovered. Right now in these early matches, it's very much all right, what is everybody else doing? What are we struggling with? What can we run? What are our answers? And where's our weaknesses? And if you can figure all that out as a team, you'll come out on top. We're seeing some teams do just that. Saw teams that did not do much yesterday. No blame to those teams. Look insane today. So honestly, I do not know where everyone lies right now on the hierarchy of the tier lists of where they are. I'm just looking forward to seeing more matchups.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have a better idea tomorrow, right? So since it's just 2 weeks of regular season play, that's just 2 weeks of round robin for these teams. And after that, the top 4 teams will move on to the playoffs. There, we will be playing in a best of 5 throughout the bracket up until the grand finals. So we get a better idea of how they actually match up against one another.
We're seeing more teams, too, really take advantage of the other players that are in their roster, right? Some players that are going to be able to rotate into the composition. We saw that earlier with Sentinels, with Korova taking a step back, and now we see it again with Swamp Gaming. We saw
Has the game started yet? No? Okay, I'm going to be right back.
Into the mix, and that's going to give
I'm almost done making the ramen.
Get to that point in the tournament to figure out, okay, well, this is who we want to throw out there when we know what the opening map is going to look like, and then seeing how that rolls, we're going to keep that up, because then we'll have way more games to actually bring in these players to kind of be like that rock, paper, scissors that other teams may not be expecting.
Yeah, that's something that we didn't even bring up. That's a great call. Yeah, Daze was not on the roster right now, and he looked great yesterday. So the team's got a bag. They've got people that can pull up when they need to, and they're all talented. And, you know, that's kind of the surprise factor. I think we saw that with Sentinels, like you said, too. It's cool to see that. It's cool to see there's options, and you can kind of shuffle it up on your team. And if maybe teams haven't practiced against your full roster and they see something new, that could throw them for enough of a loop for you to get a W, and, you know, maybe shake something up they didn't expect, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a double-edged sword, right? Because a lot of teams, I think, do prefer smaller rosters, ensuring that everyone gets like max amount of scrim time, max amount of play time, that the team is really synergizing well. So if a player comes in cold, or if a player is in like more of a one trick and they're really just coming in for that one thing, but then they can't really flex onto another thing. So like, it is the double-edged sword. It works for some, definitely doesn't work for other teams. So each of them really taking a different approach to that kind of problem to solve, if you will.
I totally get that, because if you do get known as the one trick and they ban you out, you're in a horrible position for your team, right? Like, you've got to have flexibility. That's absolutely got to be part of the roster. And you're right, that is definitely a downside, right? And that's the beauty to having someone with so much experience like you, right? You think through some of the stuff that you've seen in the past. Maybe somebody comes in, you know, known as some specific hero. We even saw it a little bit at World's Finals, where they're coming in as the hit scan, and they just hard banned out a hit scan, right? And like, knowing that, you know, somebody comes in off the bench as a ringer with a specific goal in mind, I'm going to remove that goal. That's simple.
And he went crazy. He went crazy. That was so. That was that was
sick. Yeah,
peak.
sick.
It was so. The whole crowd was going crazy too. But that was kind of like something that I noted back during that first time era where we didn't really see the inclusions of these 7 players that could be lingering in the background that could benefit a lot more of these teams. But as you mentioned too, so it could be also a double-edged sword because how hot are your hands, right? You were sitting away for a while, you're watching everything. Maybe it's even easier because you're able to digest the game a lot better too before kind of going right back into it. We got to find out because I'm hearing that our interview is ready, Zoe.
It is. So let's bring in Fox, the coach for this Swamp Gaming roster. Fox, thank you so much for joining us for a quick chat. You got the dub on the board here, and so far it's been a very, very impressive showing from the team. Walk me through what happened in those first 2 rounds, though, of map 1. It seemed like a slower start. What would you attribute that to?
I mean, that was probably my fault. We watched the first game. I watched some of their MRC games leading up into this. They never really showed the ability to play Gambit, and so I didn't want to ban it. I said, hey, if you guys aren't going to play it, I'm not going to ban it. So I took out everything else that we didn't want them to play and said, if you guys want to play triple tank with the Gambit Loki, I'll leave it available, and then worst case scenario, we'll mirror the triple tank back, and that's what we did on the 3rd round. So if the plan was if we ever lost a round on dives, just go and mirror the triple tank, and I thought we'd win that. So
beautifully put. Honestly, following up on that, I mean, you talk about kind of doing your homework on the team first. My question is your take on the meta, man? What do you think is the most bannable across the board universally? Obviously, it's going to change per team, so you don't have to get into specifics per team, but is it the Gambit first? Is it the Elsa always, or is it Vanpool? What do you think is the most impactful right now?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on the team, right? Like, you really have to take a look at who their Gambit player is and who their Elsa player is, and then decide who you're more afraid of having carry the game, right? So if you're going into, like, 100 Thieves, well, I probably don't want to give Delena Elsa. So, you know, I'm probably taking that out every time. But if I'm going into Liquid, I probably don't want Cooper on Gambit, right? So teams have to decide whether they want Mello on the Elsa or they want Valentino on the Gambit. So it's not a very good choice for them into us. But yeah, so we kind of take it game by game in terms of what we're gonna do, and yeah, so
beautiful, awesome.
Hey, first off, congratulations, Fox. Thank you so much for meeting with us. We'll pretend like we didn't see the Mantis ban on that first map. But, you know, moving on from that, I would love to get your thoughts, without revealing too much, on when you want to try to see when Daze is going to be available here versus, like, Mello. I feel like a lot of teams haven't been really taking full utilization of having that 7-player. We keep mentioning it a lot, too, because, you know, we brought up Daze originally and popping off with the Daredevil, and then now you bring in Melophobia, who was popping off there on the Star-Lord. So, you know, being able to have that slotted in character, do you think that really throws a lot of other teams off in their own preparation?
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of the plan, right? So Amadian's a great player who played the majority of last year for us with Mello, right? Yeah. And Daze was typically a reserve for us last year. This year, he's a really, really strong player. I think a lot of teams fear Daze or Danny going into maps. And so because this team was brand new to Ignite bans and us, and we've never scrimmed them, I figured they'd be pretty well prepped for Danny. And so I thought I'd throw Amadian in there, kind of throw him off. You know, with Amadian and Mello in, we can still play the Daredevil just as well and beat them. But we also have, you know, a different element to that, right? Where Amadian's got his own hero pool and Mello picks up, you know, the characters that Danny typically plays for us. And so I thought it would kind of just throw off their prep into us and kind of give us an easier time going in. And that's kind of what ended up happening, right? They banned out that Daredevil like I thought. And so I thought it was a good good pivot by us.
Wow, nice, thank you.
I would love to also hear about your new backline, right? Since the core of the roster has been together for quite a while, including you as the coach. Now you're bringing a new backline into this pre-existing system and into that synergy. How do they slot in? What are they bringing to the team?
Yeah, so Forky and Val, I mean, they're just the best, right? Like, so after stage 2 and grand finals last year in Ignite, we kind of looked at our team and figured what did we want to do. And since stage 2, I'd kind of been eyeing Forky Dog as the top support that I wanted to join us. And so we went after him pretty quickly in trials and picked him up, got him for the MRC. won that with him and Cooper, who's now on Liquid with us. And so when Cooper left to go to Liquid, we decided who is the best support that can replace Cooper, and there was really just one choice. It was just Valentina, right? She's probably the other. Her and Cooper are probably the two most mechanically gifted support players in North America. And so when you pair them along with Forky Dog, who, you know, we've got probably the only backline in Ignite Americas that they're both consistently ranked 1. I think Forky and Val both hit it this season, last season, right? And so, yeah, it's, you know, the rest of our players from Kraz and Scatter and Mello, Danny and Amadian, right? They were always this good, but when you upgrade the backline who provides all the resources to the rest of the team, it really kind of showcases everybody's hero pool and allows them to flourish. And so Val and Forky are a huge part of our success this year, and we're so thankful that we have them.
Awesome. Great answers. I mean, I'm sure we're running out of time. Shortly. That new patch coming in from Fox. We saw what Val can do on Fox. Do you think Fox is going to be in the ban conversation after that comes through? What do you think?
I mean, probably. Probably, like, we were playing White Fox since release. Like, Val and I talked about that kind of when the character dropped. That she was going to be our White Fox player. She really liked the design, kind of the kit, and as you guys saw, she kind of dominates on it as well. And so with the White Fox buffs, we're expecting it to probably get banned some games, but again, right, you kind of have to pick your poison. Do you want to go after our DPS line? Do you want to go after our back line? Do you want to go after our tank line? You don't really have a good decision to make if you're going into us, so we'll let teams decide that. So if they want to give Valentina White Fox next weekend, you know, I'm more than happy to play it, but you know, I'll let teams decide that for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, if they watch
I mean, that delicioso right here.
Targeting you back
Spicy dinner.
I'm very excited to see more from you and the team, Fox. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you know, you can't have ramen, you know.
And best of luck in your
What do you mean?
match.
You can't eat. You know, you can't eat this.
Have a great rest of your day.
You can't eat spicy stuff. Come on, bro.
Thank you so much.
You don't get hurt.
Fantastic hearing, getting some of those questions answered. Obviously, always a different conversation when you have a host in a coach in the mix.
Yeah, I love hearing feedback from the coaches outside perspective. They put a lot of work in. They watch a ton of macro level play, and they are the decision makers.
Ooh, where am I gonna put this though?
Also handling the bans and stuff. So a lot of
I gotta eat on this side.
It was really good hearing all those answers for sure.
And also hosting, you know, the W's at least for his own team. Because
bro, can I show you my ramen, bro? I don't know if I gotta be careful because I don't spill it, so I don't spill it. Bro, look at this though. Look at this.
I messed up here. We move on.
Bro, it's gonna be bomb. Bomb diggity.
Absolutely love her.
Hold on, let me just move my mouse. I mean my keyboard so I could eat it like in the front.
Going up against Space Station Gaming. A quick break to rest up and hydrate, but we're gonna see you on the other side.
Who do you think's gonna win? TLC, SSG. Bro, I really want to play some Marvel Rivals right now, bro. I really want to play some Marvel Rivals right now. Oh my god, it's so hot. I gotta wait until it kind of cools down. Oh my god. First bite is always the best. My mouth is so watery right now. Woo! You got ramen too? Hey, we eating. We eating. We just need hate me later to make some ramen. And we all eating. This is a ramen Marvel Rival Ignite watch party right here. It's so good. Oh my gosh. Nothing like video gaming and ramen, bro. Everybody copying my food for real. Hey, re-inspired. Okay, you're an influencer now. You're an influencer now. Bro, look at this egg, bro. Look at this freaking egg, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. I love ramen, bro. I could eat ramen, taco, chimichanga all day. As long as it doesn't freaking mess up my stomach. Oh my gosh, bro. I'll abuse him. KAIZEN mukbang right here, yo. Welcome to KAIZEN mukbang. Holy, look at this egg. Look at the yolk still leaking. I like my yolk semi-cooked.
I want everybody to shout out just one player to keep your eye on in the America scene. We'll start with Leg.
You know what?
Hey, there's Cozy.
Like Spark Chief is already a known quantity, but
oh, this is their prediction?
is rising right now.
Bro, I feel like everybody put Cafe at the way bottom, bro.
Spark Chief has got a nasty Hulk on his hands that could be
for Group B, I put Nightmare first. If I knew the TLC was the Citadel, I would have put them in first. Just because I know that they're really good. They fought against 100 Thieves and it was like, whoa, shit.
I gotta go Cooper on this one, specifically because the play and like the shot calling was all from them when they were on Doom Crew, like taking out their old roster, making sure that
oh, so hot.
In MRC,
but it's so
then, like,
fucking good.
Leading the team as well as they did, and we saw how good they did during the
oh my gosh.
as well.
Yo,
that race car roster. I mean,
ramen with gaming is the best combination.
Until that last series.
Give me some noodles, bro.
That we saw against Lunex,
give me some of that freaking noodles. Hook me up.
So, like,
oh, it's so hot. So spicy. I added cayenne pepper and I added extra Korean chili flakes. I like my stuff spicy, bro.
What they need to do with the game. Kind of like, but I'll guess I'll go with either Crimzo or Poly. Crimzo for the fact that he can run Cap incredibly well, which does have a space in the meta right now, and I think Groot, which he's known to be storied on both of those heroes, and both of those heroes are a little more niche, but are really
oh my god,
Groot as much in terms of niche. But
wow.
Yeah, just a really good leader and does the Vanguard role really well.
So good.
Yeah, so for me, instead of picking who I think would be like the
so
best
good.
Players, definitely like
got my nose running and shit. Man, that's how you know it's good. That's how you know it's spicy too. Your nose starts running.
Like pivotal roles, okay?
Oh my god, I wish it wasn't like steaming. Do you see the steam? Bro, it's still steamy. Is a chimichanga actually really thing? I actually never seen one ever. I don't think. Chimichanga is so good. Next time I go to the market, I'll get chimichanga and I'll eat it on stream just to show you how amazing it is. Everybody should definitely try chimichanga, bro. Everybody must try chimichanga. Yeah, please try it.
Welcome, Zoe here, joined by Chip and Vicky, and we're about to set the stage for our last match of the day. Today has been a day. Will we continue that fashion? Another close series? We'll about to find out. Liquid Citadel will be going up against Space Station Gaming, but are we confident in saying that there is a very clear favorite here?
I mean, I don't know anymore. Liquid Citadel on paper definitely has the talent, but these games have just been so back and forth. I mean, if you're talking about some of the best duelists, you know, in Ignite, you'd say things like Energy.
Oh, my hand hurts. It's so hot.
But then also you'd say things like Nectar. They're disgusting too. So, you know, at this point,
Energy winning, it's all I seen some brilliance from them yesterday. Yup.
Talk about it. We're just gonna breathe it into existence, right? You know, we've been having bangers after bangers, and everybody's
VP is winning it all. So after they all win their own region, do they go against each other? So like UK versus NA versus China versus Korea versus like is that how that works?
The team, right?
Oh, it's hot.
It's like
I'm low-key sweating now.
Like, that's what we're gonna send into international waters to fight for the Americas. But their opening match wasn't as dominant as we expected to see, right? Against Lunex Gaming. Yes, they won it. Yes, it was a 2-0 score, but each map was played way closer. I don't know how much credit is to Lunex obviously playing good, but also Liquid Citadel maybe looking a little bit shaky here to start the season off.
Liquid Citadel.
I saw a tweet from the team and essentially said, "Hey, we just had our nerves day one. The W's will come a little
Poly.
And you know, that's confidence that I think we talk about you need, right? But again, I think
I can see Navi winning too.
Shaking the cobwebs off, we're locking.
So that's not how that works. Okay.
Looked really good yesterday. So if they're shaking off more cobwebs, I'm curious. We'll see what the matchup looks like.
I agree, because also like Pauly's finding his slot too in
Pauly.
the squad, right? Like just we have so many different pieces moved into Liquid Citadel, and Pauly has been a really good standout player, but still trying to slot themselves into the new meta. And then you look at the other side of Space Station, you say Cobwebs, they looked fantastic. It's about carrying on to that consistency for this day number 2 though, with the shakeups that we've had.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of Pauly, they got that cap banned out almost immediately. I'm curious if they're going to let that through this time for Space Station, if they're still scared of it. Having somebody like that you have to ban out gives your team such a big advantage in the ban phase. So
bro, it's so spicy.
Take advantage of that. But we're looking over at
I love
Space
it.
Station again. We talked about Nectar being great. Blur looked great on.
Oh my
having
gosh.
so much value.
Wow.
Doomed. I even saw Blur yesterday.
If I could eat ramen all day without dying, I'd do it.
Just by pure raw, just damage in the moment. It was so clean.
Yeah, in general, like Doomed and Blur together, that was just so much pressure on the back lines. Like they were playing lights out. The focus fire is just like on point. They dove together. They were
Best
so
part of eating a spicy food that's also hot is the pain that comes with it. When the spiciness starts layering up against your tongue, and then you add the hot temperature to it, there's that sweet pain. It's crazy.
Yeah, you did it, because then I talk about the lamps too. You know what I mean? Like you try to collapse on them, you bait out a bunch more of those abilities coming out, and that's on the 2 strategists of Space Station that are chef's kiss. Honestly, like we've seen Fidel so many times, we've seen Month as well. Month, you know, really coming into fruition, trying to get enabled by this new roster.
Yeah, I saw some big.
All the noodles are gone, guys.
Well, Fidel, MVP Gambit looked great. Another one of those Gambit threats, right? We talked about if Gambit's a threat for your team, it becomes a ban priority. Maybe that's got to be a new focus. Necry's the controller Vanguard. Everybody on these 2 teams has a story, and I think Necry's looked really good on the sticks as well. As we head over to Burn into T'Challa in a moment.
That's done.
I think we've seen this today. At this point, I can't even tell we've had so many matches.
It'd be great to see with Burn into T'Challa being our first Dom map here, so but now getting a little flexibility too. In the map pool, we've seen a little bit of everything. Maybe some of these maps shifting away compared to what we saw the opening of a lot of some of these different Burn into T'Challas in just yesterday's matches.
It's true. We're going to be heading in there in a moment, huh? I don't know what I mean, at this point, we could probably predict that we're going to see the removal of Elsa, maybe Gambit, but which team locks which, right? Or Vanpool sneaking through? I don't know.
Wow.
Moment, but they prioritize.
Yeah, so many of these players have really deep hero pools as well, right? So
Lemon was a great call.
More than just a little capable of
oh my gosh.
to whatever the ban phase is going
I could have more. Double Elsa ban incoming. In this godforsaken map. We'll see. Alright, guys. Woo! Welcome back. This is the final round. TLC versus Space Station Gaming. Last match of the day.
Facing up against Space Station Gaming.
Let's get this going, Shib. Our final series of the day to end day number 2. And it's been so exciting to see how so many different compositions have been rolled out. We had Iron Man, we had Ultron, we've been seeing Hulk, we've been seeing Cap, and now we don't see any Gambit. He's stuck in jail at least for this first game as the Mantis ban comes out next. Interesting, as we do see the Elsa save on the other side, so it's going to have to force that out no matter what.
Yeah, it seems like Mantis is one of those things we kind of been sleeping on talking about. I think because maybe we just got used to saying that she's been banned every game, but once again, banned on both sides once more. We're going to see some, you know, they're showcasing some heroes they're thinking about playing. We'll see what they actually want to run on go time. But again, all of these specific players on these 2 teams have a wide roster, like we were hearing from Zoe. I mean, I do think, I was going to say, I do think there's a weird chance that we see something different. And as I'm saying that, Ultron gets locked in.
Well, keep being the prophet, Shib. I mean, obviously, it's been just rolling up in our favor, and we get to see the Cap ban next. So, Space Station, we're expecting that from Pauly, as he's been such a target man focus since yesterday's matches.
Yeah, we look here, and you know what? It's going to be locked on the opposition, I think, too. But yeah, like you said, Pauly, they're forcing them to remove that cap because Pauly's just so dirty on that hero. Is such a crazy thing to think about. Like, you don't see a ton of cap bans. Pretty much every single game that Pauly's in, they remove cap. His damage per 10 on that hero has been lights out consistently. Dude just gets it. His brain is unlocked. All
right, I'm back, y'all. I'm back. I just did the dishes. I am good. I am good now. It's all games. It's all games. It's all spectating now, right here. I am full. I am hydrated. All right, damn. Okay, so they got Elsa. Oh, they both protected Elsa. And they got both Ultron? That's how they move in? Okay. Hey, Spark Chief is Hulk. Oh, we finally get to see some White Fox action. I mean, I think there was a White Fox earlier, but not much of an impact.
And we're going to see Elsa Energy, which should be fun to watch. If you look over
Oh, man, this map.
Messing with their cop a little bit. I don't think we're going to see Month on Daredevil there. I think that's going to be a change up in a moment, but we'll find out if there's been some crazy roster shift that we all missed.
I think this is one of my... I think I have a love and hate relationship, but leaning more towards love.
We talked about how Fox can be that damage dealing strategist that fits into some of these triples and enables Ultron, and that's a fun and interesting take on the meta that we've seen once today, and it absolutely worked.
To consider the hand in hand, you know, you do got that Stark Protocol team up that I'm not expecting to see another Iron Man, though. I'm gonna be honest, shit, but who knows at this point with Spark rolling out on the Hulk. I was honestly going into day number 1 expecting to see a lot more Hulk. I'm happy at least for day number 2 we're seeing it come to life. Necrise,
Not Iron. What's it? Angela's back with the furry skin.
But the games begin. You see the drone out there on Necrise.
Oh.
Notice on the sticks, like we talked about. One of the strongest Angela players out here. Looking very good on that hero. Just trying to distract right now. The value of Angela, a lot of the time in the neutral, it's just turning eyes away from everyone else. So allowing your team to take that space for free. Polly, popping that self-shield. 12-second cooldown to buy them more time to move forward. It's like just trying to rain on the front line right now. Also playing with that drone, but very low. What a tap from there from Necrise. Trying to get the first pick of this match, but it gets turned right back as Necrise.
Damn, Polly said, don't touch me ever again.
Oh, chef's kiss for the way Paulie stayed alive, and of course the strategist keeping him up. They're looking at Nectar, who's flying around, forced to go back to space station, and they're forced to let Liquid Citadel take the point first.
Yeah, like
damn, look at all that space they just created. Crazy nice, bro.
There, trying to turn it back on the original. We're gonna see who comes out on top in terms of ult advantage. It looks like Space Station through that mix is up there. Cooper though already at 80% on Luna, and honestly Luna.
Energy, Cooper, Spark Shift carry.
Really clean damage and healing, likely using that clap cooldown through the main line of your team, your vanguards through to the back line of theirs. Cooper closest to ultimate so far. Let's see if they get value. There's that clap we're talking about through the vanguard front line into the back line. Giving you a ton.
Look at Luna clapping. Oh, she couldn't push him out.
To see with the extermination being the first thing, you hear the It's Jeff gonna be able to try to scoop up what they can find over on the high ground because you get on top of those holes.
Damn, immediate shutdown.
Energy, who is ready to shut down Month in a beautiful freeze onto Necrise before the fate of both worlds is activated. Energy does have that.
Oh, no way.
Find it over to the other side. It's gonna be unleashed by Doom first.
Yeah. Oh, Energy survived that.
Placement there, finding a two-piece, but actually Energy able to jump out of that quickly. Monk able to find Nero. Speedery goes down 2. That should be enough for them to take point. 62%. Not a bad retake from space, but they did have to commit a lot. You will see Energy's Glartrox available. Nero soon to have ultimate.
Bro.
Gaining as well. Necrise is going to be the only one that gets ult in the next fight. Will it be enough?
No way you glaze Polly just for him to hop on Meg.
Honestly, seeing so much focus on Polly, who's here finding his footing and still popping up in his own way. Talk about the extra damage as well. As he comes up on the top, uses up his bubble, sees the split focus.
Sheepy there is a torch player.
Nice awareness from Polly.
Yeah, Polly wasn't playing Meg yesterday. But maybe they're moving with a different strat today. Kind of like... Oh, maybe it's also because of that reason. Angela poking.
To keep everybody stuck over to the side, but Polly looks back, isn't worried. He gets his call, he gets out of the fray.
Damn, Angela's really trying to get Polly out the map. But Energy, bro. Energy is the problem. Energy is the problem.
To just stay on point. Beautiful, honestly, as there was just a ton of focus there. Necrise doing a great job being annoying, though, and that's just what Angela can do. 70% on the retake, though. Liquid Citadel doing exactly what they wanted. Notice, folks, they did not commit very much at all. Energy still has Glartrox. Nero still has Cameo Unleashed, and you have Polly with the Meteor M available, and that is going to be answered by literally nothing on Space Station now until the very end. Nectar going to be the closest to it, doomed. Soon to have another Glartrox. Is the patience from Energy maybe too much because the second one's about to be churned in here?
And with the extermination,
Energy hasn't popped the ult once yet, huh? I mean, with the amount of kills that Energy is doing, you don't really need to. Oh, Luna! Damn, Luna shoots fast. That was easy. That was easy.
Yeah, and Energy didn't even need to use the Glartrox, just saving it for when they need
Space Station's an underdog, right?
There's plenty to be said about that's very smart play and only needing it when you need to, but also, you know, a second one was already turning in there from the side of Doomed. So, you know, you could have had value early. Either way.
Ultron got instant deleted in ult. Yeah, if everybody looks at Ultron when they pop, when Ultron pops ult, delete. Instant delete.
For everyone watching at home, your eyes do not deceive you. We've been having more Ultrons up in the MRI, and it's been interesting to see the different levels of compositions rolling out from these teams.
2-0 incoming.
Approach dominationship. You talked about a beautiful.
Yeah, because Space Station, they're underdogs, right?
Really gives them that upper hand, and how important it is to try to retake here.
Because Liquid, they played in the big stage.
And let the games begin once more. Can Liquid Citadel shut this down against a very strong team that is...
Right, he was strong with Emma.
See in a moment, Blur already ready to dive. You can just see Venom salivating like always, looking for a strategist to eat. As we see Necry's already owning this space. She's trying to shut down Sparchief, who's playing a really mean Hulk right now. Again, it's just a testament to how strong that hero can be, but you got to be very smart, very CC'able, right? As the skewer was likely happening there in a moment. Doom is going to have one of those drones on, just trying to pressure frontline off the side of Polly, who's doing a great job of staying healthy and being that mainline vanguard, even when Cap has been banned out. See the coming unleashed now, this time on the side of Month, but goodbye Energy. Doom was an insane right there, and that was actually
what a shutdown.
Stopped it right in its tracks. Well done by Doomed.
The Kumio Unleashed, I was looking for a month, and it was called in at such a great time. Invisible Boundary now forced out while Cooper is going to have the dance off.
Damn, Luna ripped through that.
Back away in time. Space Station.
Luna said, no, I'm out.
Face of the Abyss is its name for a reason, and before he dives down, he's forcing out more of these daggers. Currently, though, none of these teams have the point in their favor, and Liquid Citadel, despite trying to kite away, they're still alive, but no! Release Nero. He can teleport back to his team, but he can't get there on time. Maybe a cooldown that he still had in his pocket, but it's a big first pickoff as at least Liquid Citadel still have control of the point for the first time.
Folks, your eyes don't deceive you. Sparchief holding that point the entire time in a 1v3 situation. Speedery drops back, gives them drones, uses ult, and maintains presence on point. 20%.
Holly dead.
Even after being down in numbers,
Hope is gonna die.
Absolutely clinical. Dropping back as a unit now after losing that 20%, but still the fight going in their favor after losing numbers early is insane. It's a testament to their comms being able to work that fluidly through the chaos, cut through the noise, if you will. Now we look back at Space Station, no ultimates available yet. The closest to it is going to be Energy and Nero from Liquid Citadel, so they will have a good chance on the retake.
I love that you called that out too, because it was such a long stall here, Shib, that Cooper's already at another Fate of Both Worlds, and we just
Energy has no comp anymore.
Before you see the dive down now from Blur, gonna try to force out at least a cooldown here. Nero's getting closer as well.
Terra, go back.
To that Kumio Unleashed.
I don't know what that Angelo was either.
As you currently see right here from Fidel, they're ready, and that Invisible Boundary is very close too. Fate of Both Worlds to start this fight.
Glartrox goes out from Energy.
Oh.
Get value into the dance floor. Damage boost could be massive.
Can I get value? Okay, okay. Okay. 2 ults gone. I mean, 2 healers gone. But they got a third one. Yo, Energy's shooting, bro. Back at it again with some Elsa gameplay.
But what a back and forth.
And not the same type of stall.
I think this skin for Ultron is the hardest skin. All of his skin, out of all of his skin, that's the hardest skin.
Now Space Station, back to the drawing board. They do have these 3 ultimates. Honestly, you could see that it's 4 with Necry's getting so they're getting so close to having that extermination.
Oh, Sparchief able to find Nectar right there.
Oh,
no. At the door is huge. Heavens goes out, but you don't hear much after. Necry's tries to make something happen. Meteor M goes up, looking backwards. Bang, could be valuable. Right into the shield of Angela. Good positioning there. Fox goes out. Oh my goodness, Energy. Somebody stop this demon right now. Finding Blur in a moment. Another pick out of Fidel. Do we see even more onto the Angela? Not quite yet. Nero able to find Doom. Speedery on the Necry's. And while you're looking at Energy in the backline, the duelists are playing, the strategists are playing duelists and are looking even past that and getting picks. What a team right now. Locked in. Space Station will have ult advantage in this next fight, though.
Welcome to the aggro strat backline, right? We're seeing it play beautifully, and currently Liquid Citadel are playing confidently too. Energy very close to that Glartrox, and Liquid Citadel
Energy is making me want to play Elsa.
85% determination now coming out from Nectar, and you currently have Shell getting harassed by Smart Chief, who has so much reset potential to keep this point stalled.
Yeah, Doomed finding one is a good start here for Space Station. Only committing Nectar's ultimate so far. They use it more as a space-taking tool than anything else, but the Glartrox is available here for Doomed and Energy. Which Glartrox is more hungry? Oh my goodness.
Damn.
The focus was lost. They did not get on point. The comms weren't there in the moment.
That's easy dub for them, bro. That's easy dub.
Caliber just kind of getting lost in their own fights.
Bro, that's easy dub.
It's really hard to even break through that choke for quite some time. Of course, you could try to take
this is smooth sailing for the liquid.
A huge problem aside from Energy was that Hulk that was also trying to block them in the choke had so much survivability, while Energy was having their way with just putting in so
That's
much
crazy, bro.
20-2 with 11 final hits.
Oh my gosh.
Strong gaming that we were just talking to in the interview. What it means to have to deal with the Elsa 1v1, and even with no Gambit, no Mantis, it was crazy because we had kind of like that.
This also tank diff too. Look at the tank.
From both sides, you would think it's the MRC.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because Venom died so many times by Energy, just constantly diving, getting cancelled by her.
Did not have the presence on point within the last 3% to push that OT. OT gives you plenty of time to get there. Could not make it happen. Doomed looked great as well.
And also, like, they didn't have a tank because they were just constantly flying around or diving, and they had 1 DPS. Ultron wasn't doing much.
Be convincing. Even Speeder finding 3 might be a little
Throw play, throw comp, L comp right there. That's an L comp. They were trying to match it. Oh, but nah. Tank diff. The bottom. Yeah. Tank diff.
Nectar Month was able to teleport back in. Blur, I think, was the biggest issue in trying to figure out what kind of impact you could find with this Venom ship.
Yeah,
the both tanks kept neglecting their team, just playing for their playing on their own. Bro's making my hero look bad. I think they're gonna choose Krakoa Domination next. Or is it like you have to play Domination first round, and then you have to do the payload after? Is that like a thing? Magic would have been a great, fantastic, absolutely the best DPS for this comp. I completely agree. They underestimate, but I don't blame them. If you're going to play Magic, you got to have mad confidence, okay? I understand they're over here poking and shooting to get like ult charges and do ult battles, but with Magic, man, they're not even going to have the chance to have ult battles. Just start diving their ass. Dark Child, man. Dark Child. What are they going to do? I'm telling you, bro. Cloak and Dagger and Magic in the team is the way to go. And a Mantis boost on a Magic. I'm telling you, it's GG. It's GG. Easy. Smooth ride. Smooth ride. Magic is getting hardcore rolled? Nah. Nah. They just don't have the confidence to play Magic. They just don't have the confidence to play Magic. Ban Thing. Ban Not More. And then ban Elsa. Smooth sailing. Smooth sailing. Looking at another 2-0 probably. I think so. VP stomps this team, by the way. Let's see where they go next. You're getting your shit checked by Meg Cannon and Elsa stun or uppercut. That's why you gotta ban Elsa. You gotta ban Elsa. But Magneto's not much of a problem. I fought against a lot of Magnetos as Magic. They're not really much of a threat. If anything, they're more of a slight threat to me when I play Cloak and Dagger, because obviously the ult cancel. But if they don't land it within the second or the third and they miss me, nah, you're not doing anything with your ult. No value. You want to see how Magic will get done?
Liquid Citadel are up 1-0 against.
Open up Elsa hero reveal trailer right quick. But that's the thing, you gotta ban Elsa. You just gotta ban Elsa. That's it. Ban Elsa and ban the thing.
And we talked about it as we were saying.
None of them are pros. Hey, they're all pros, but they just choose not to be Magic Pro. That's on them. That's on them.
Rather than the Ultron.
Yeah,
But pros play differently, right? Like pros, they have a whole different way of playing this game. People in rank don't play like how people play in tournaments in pros. Pro level.
I think it's a strong option for them. I'm just curious.
You're getting frozen by Luna? Man, you could bait that out, bro. You could bait that out. That's no issue.
Yeah, I agree, because then you also have to consider, like, what is your Vanguard lineup going to be able to do? How are you going to be able to enable them? And Paulie stayed alive for so long, but also took so much damage that it also allowed Cooper to be able to get...
Midtown? Okay.
Just way even faster, comparatively to Fidel, who didn't get that same healing output. As we move on to our second map in the series...
Hold on. I'll be right back.
We also got to see more Ultron. Obviously, Nectar playing Ultron here as well. We got to see Ultron on both sides. Why the sudden switch up? Why? Give me a sales pitch for Ultron. Why is it so important to even lock that?
Sure. Yeah, so Ultron has a lot of advantages, right? Ultron's pretty good in the dive in that he can keep a drone on the backline, giving them constant healing and a shield and actually damage boost in any moment should they need it. But outside of that, farms ult really quickly because they deal damage, give constant healing, and when you have Ultron's ult, it is super threatening to another backline or to anybody that's diving your team. So there's a lot of option there for Ultron. He has really good neutral. His biggest problem was his ult wasn't as impactful when every strategist had an answer. But now that they don't as frequently, he is much more threatening.
I love that. I'm so happy Shib said it too, because if you even look at the stats across the board, despite, you know, Liquid Citadel winning, Speedery and Nectar were very close in terms of their impact between healing, even the damage blocked, and even the damage done, right? It was maybe like a 1 to 2k difference. So I don't know. We're going to see that match though on the other side. I agree with Shib, right? You just don't want to try to match them in a composition like that, especially when the backline isn't getting harassed the same way as you saw like the healing output go down to their own vanguards, such as Paulie, who was target banned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, SSG, it's not like they just rolled over.
You said second they see Magic, they're all walking back to spawn to Thing. That's why you gotta ban them. Ban Thing, ban Elsa. Just ban the people that makes Magic have a hard time. Especially if your team's not playing them. Just ban them. And it's free eats. Free eats.
They want to pull it up and see if they can win the spawn hold. I know these
Midtown, not even. They won't need the Thing. White Fox. White Fox solos Magic all the time, not gonna lie.
You know what? We've seen it today.
I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen a White Fox solo of Magic.
Elsa locked and nothing major changed here.
I'm not even gonna get excited. You know how many times we've been baited?
Thing ban is actually a throw.
I also wouldn't be surprised if we see it because
in this in tournament.
Come out on the board, although one didn't really last very long, and the double Elsa still gets through.
Have you watched JJK season 3? I'm like episode. What episode am I? I'm at the part where I just finished the episode where is it Mika? Mika goes back to her clan and then she just like beats everybody.
But the protect on Ultron from Liquid side, is this perhaps a bait here for Space Station to ponder what that final ban's gonna be?
If they ban Thing, they protect Gambit, and you lose. I mean, that's meta speaking though. Like that's meta terminology. Just because Gambit is alive doesn't mean they're good Gambit players. Another Gambit player could outplay a Gambit. This is why I don't really care about meta. Like meta don't matter to me. Just because somebody is meta don't mean everybody knows how to play them to the full potential. It's not a threat. Meta is not a threat. Ban the people that you know that's gonna give you a fucking hard time, and then you just start rolling people.
Yeah, I still remember in my brain the cast over Paulie's play and talking about all the different teams talking about Paulie being so good on cap in an interview that we did for Worlds. So if that puts it into perspective,
run the ones for White Fox and Magic in range real quick. Nah, see, but that's the thing. It's not about 1v1s. It's about getting them off guards. That's how you're supposed to play Magic. You're not supposed to be like, hey guys, I'm over here, fight me one-on-one. No, you're supposed to get them off guards. This is what I mean by it's not about meta. Like you got to know how to play the character accordingly. You got to bait things out. You got to go in when the situation is in your favor. You don't just go up to people and be like, hey, you got your full cooldown? I have my full cooldown. Let's run ones. No, that's not how you're supposed to play the game. Come on now, you know this.
especially moving on to Midtown in the past earlier today.
Her name is Maki. There you go. Yeah, Maki. Her name is Maki. Yeah. I'm at that episode. I finished that episode. Yeah, in meta, that's why I like pros. I mean, that's why low-key, like, it's interesting to see pros play. But I ain't gonna lie, sometimes it's just straight Z's, man. Sometimes it's just straight Z's. I be bored. I be watching and I'll be like, okay, that's interesting and all, but I only see some, you know what I mean? Some dope shit. Because pros, they play for ults. It's all about ults. How they use their ults.
Remember, Shiv, the bait and punish here, just in the character select screen. You know, Nectar is rolling out, but I love that point that you mentioned. It's drop out
1v1 in pro wouldn't even be realistic scenario because she would have drone, Meg Bubble. Meta runs pro play though. One-way bans. Gambit will be banned for your team, buddy. You'd ban the thing. Get your shit rocked by Bucky. Why do you think Tankpo and Elsa are picked or banned? And then proceed to get rolled by Gambit, Emma. Oh, you said Emma! Bro, hey, we'll see. I just want to see a Magic in pro game, bro. Look, if Wolverine could play pro game, bro, I feel like Magic could play pro game. It's just a lot scarier to play Magic. That's why you gotta have balls. You gotta be confident.
Putting them up a number, they're gonna have to drop back and play slow. Month again on a Speedery, and the look at this right now, Space Station is locked in.
Month being able to set up too and call.
Like Daredevil could dive the back line and get out. Magic could do the same thing. If you just catch them off guard, they're not gonna know what to do. They could swap to any counters of anybody. But if a Daredevil could destroy the back line, Magic could do it too. That's how I see it. Like, look at that. A melee Wolverine went to the back. It's just sneak attacks all day. And if they're hyper focused on Magic, your other 5 teammates could hyper focus on other things while Magic is distracting them. I'm just saying there is ways to do it. They just don't do it. They're going for a more convenient route. What would win the game? But again, I mean, that's how it is, right? Like, you play to win because that's what the tournament is about. They're not playing for fun. This is to play for win. Daredevil has 100 dashes. Magic has 1 and 2 portals. You can't just pretend like portals don't exist.
Because right now they're being overextended, and Spark Chief takes way too much damage with no sustainability from Liquid Citadel side.
What a pick there by Month.
Bent back.
It looks like they needed that kick in the face to bounce back, not being able to get onto that point. They took it personally, trying to get back.
I feel like Kingsman. You feel like Kingsman?
38 already taking this bend.
Wolverine is for triple tanks. Absolutely.
We'll see if Liquid Citadel can bounce back.
I hear you. 0.5 seconds. I don't know. Until I see it. I hear you. But until I see it, I can't agree with that. I gotta see it happen. So far, I haven't seen any Magic play in comp. I would love to see it though. That would be a really fun game to watch. Damn. Yo, energy. Was that energy? Yeah, energy on Elsa is disgusting. SSG are kind of rolling.
The answer right now is we're going to see Monk likely holding onto those crystals until the team gets low, pops that cooldown to regain the health, using that health as an advantage or a tool. You don't always want to pop it immediately because you should lose some health first. Burn some of that ultimate before you commit the cooldown.
That's a really good idea. You're so right about that, but we're still gonna play Magic. I still melee you if you portal as long as I walk forward. With who? Thor?
but the Glartrox hitting Ghost, it seems like, and bonking their head through the wall. Now Monk gets a hold back, and they also waited just enough time so that way Fidel could be a little desynced with that.
Oh, they got Groot out now.
Blur is upset, needs to change things up, and after finding Spark Chief next, Cooper is forced to call in the invisible boundary to help out Liquid Citadel. It's going to be met from each side, though, almost looking like a Venn diagram between both red and blue.
They both got Emma? Let's go.
To cut off their exit points with the Horde of Proteus.
Great calls there. We do see Spark Chief obviously on the thing, but Blur making that change to Groot. It is a good play in terms of trying to shut down some of the things present. Excuse me.
Oh, she didn't get anybody with that one. Oh! Ah, nah, everybody saw that.
Able to find Spark Chief in the chaos once again. And that is what Groot can do. Energy
falls
in favor of Nectar. Nectar with a two-piece on a Speedery, and once again, Nectar showing up. Necry's Blur able to find a few more.
Anyone.
Prison there from Blur and Spark Chief, making that change to Groot as well.
Literally blinded too, right? Not really expecting it, considering that he got the Strangling Prison right outside the invisible boundary. Oh, that would be a big pick-off if they get that stagger. Nectar not really calling out what looks to be.
Who was that running over there?
The side angle is now
was that Fox? Or was that Energy?
Ultimates are growing here. Nectar going to be first to it in terms of Space Station. We'll see an ult coming through from Speedery, Poly, and Spark Chief in this next fight. It's all about who gets more value. Nectar able to find something here. Could be Giant.
Oh, from the back? Oh, missed everybody.
Catches him on the return. Still not going to be enough to get the pick, but Body avoided it. Comes back still. Gets a little bit of a snack, but not enough to get a KO. We see now.
Their Groot ad, though.
Great iron wall there to drop back as a team.
Talk about the awareness. It looks like the strats were in the Matrix real quick.
Who, Spark Chief's Groot his ass? Or are you talking about Blur?
Taking that knock though onto Necry's. That's two of the Vanguards out for Space Station, and with little less than 15 seconds on the board, they have to recontest with the Doctor Strange portal.
Holy moly. I mean, yeah, that reaction time was absolutely absurd. As you see there, Poly choosing to go Diamond, folks. For those who are confused why Diamond form was burned, excuse me, you want to... Oh, they couldn't touch the...
Nah, they couldn't. Oh, portal too late. Portal too late.
Oh, but you hold Diamond, folks, because it keeps your Emma laser charged. And at this level of play, the laser is by far one of the most...
Portal is two-step worth distance. You're not escaping even if you engage with only one.
Keep that thing at 100, just burn the front line.
Only your dash and leave with both portals. Blur.
Dang, I was wondering, you know...
I don't know, man. I feel like if pros know how to play with Magic, I think it would be a fun game. Regardless of what people think, I believe it's going to be a fun game. If they can make Daredevil work, a good player could make a Magic work. You just gotta ban the right people.
You gotta shake it off, Shib. You gotta go on to the next one.
I mean, they'll definitely play Bucky against Magic, which could be very annoying. Thor could be very annoying. Thing is very annoying. Emma grab, you could bait that out, but it's very annoying.
Unstoppable. I always get a little worried when teams go uncontested once they get beyond that.
But again, pros, they don't play for fun. They play to win. That's why they choose the characters they choose. To get ult as fast as they can so they could battle against... It's a battle of the ults. That's what it is. Battle of the ults. That's what it is. Daredevil does have block. He does.
I'm curious now, again, I guess teams don't seem to really need to have some sort of bunker buster comp.
But I think that's why, like, even watching tournaments, I'll be watching it, but I get bored of it because it's all about just getting percentage for ults. And then you just pop your ult, and whoever's ult battle is more favored, then they win. So basically, there's no style. You feel what I'm saying? Like, there's no flashy stuff. The only flashy stuff we're getting is from Elsa players. A blind and a slow and 4 dashes.
Ooh, great walls there to wall off Blur. Poly able to find one through the mix of Spark Chief's walling. Again, going to happen towards Necry's. Goodbye to the front.
Oh.
Incredible usage there of Iron.
Nah, they got this one. Liquid's going to win.
Using that wall, a ton of HP.
The way their synergy is so much stronger than Spaceship, Space Station.
By someone like Speedery on the Storm. Incredible play.
I love the Shibby Vanguard.
Oh, Energy's playing Moon Knight because they have... Oh, they swapped though. They swapped.
Thanks to Shiv, Master of the Vanguards himself, but look at this here. You have the protection of the blur and the portal. You come back around, you cut off their line of sight, so that way you can try to recontest. Look at the way that Fidel, too, is playing alongside Mutt before diving in, but they don't really have that sustainability shift, and you have to worry about how fast that hand of Conchu comes on.
Oh, we got a Storm now. We got a Storm. Storm and Moon Knight is such a scary combo.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, nah. Nah. Space Station's gonna lose.
Bunker Buster, but you know what? They're doing it. They ended up pulling out the Moon Knight, the Storm, and it worked incredibly well. And instead of the
They moving. They walking right now.
5 minutes for point
Yup, 5 minutes for point 2 is crazy.
This is a straight neutral 2 play that we're seeing from Spark, just being on this.
They just don't know how to stop them.
Away from Fidel and Month.
Liquid is too strong right now.
Their teammates to be in their line of sight, so it's about bustering down these walls as Nero also, as the Kumiho Unleash, trying to keep Polly up and making sure that that damage is still on.
Yeah, the space has been owned for sure. Oh, this could be a huge ultimate.
Damage boosted Moon Knight, GG. That's what I'm saying. Like, how you gonna stop that? How you gonna stop that?
And I'll tell you what, the odds right now of the comeback from Space Station is.
My intuition told me Citadel. Yeah, it's just moving. They're not even stopping it. And then she's gonna pop her out here. Yup. And it's game. It's game.
The writing is on the wall here for Space Station, and Citadel is looking so good in this moment.
Easy win. Easy win. Easy win. That was not even a challenge for them. They just rolled. That's GG's. TLC. I mean, we all knew that was gonna happen.
That looked a lot more like the team we expected them to be, into a very talented
God damn, bro. Space Station's the underdog, right?
Can't wait to look at some of these stats
versus TLC.
Oh my goodness. Like this team right here in this matchup looked so dominant. And again, this is a talented team they're going against with Space Station. I don't know where they're going to be worried. I don't know where their eyes are in the future, but this team looks exactly like we wanted them to be.
Polly better come on camera again and we'll see. Is Polly their team captain? Who's the team captain?
You know, once you get the ball moving, but that was Liquid Citadel to shine, and that was with Speedery and Energy, by the way, not hopping off their respective duelists that they came out of the gates with. Almost 20K, by the way, for Energy. Conchu's whispers in his ear, although you did see Nectar have a lot of pop-off moments. It goes back to what we saw yesterday, right? So he wanted to see Nectar pop off. They were doing a great time, and they did it great with Elsa, and now you see Elsa back into fruition, except there's no follow potential. Doom maybe swapping a little too late, and Cooper with the 26.
Oh, Doom tried to go Daredevil? Yeah, that was way too late.
They were trying their best, but even with the Eternal Bond, it wasn't going to be enough. You're going to get booted out by Spark Chief and this group.
Yeah, people talk about Polly's cap, but Speedery on a flyer also needs to be doing 7 finals there on Storm, even more than the Moon Knight, right? Yeah, maybe didn't have the damage.
Spark Chief is the captain? You said me? But Polly made a little cameo in the background yesterday. Right, he just slid in and slid out.
Unleashes the hero comps and the comps that can run as a unit, because you have so many options. You have the Ultron, you have the Torch, and you have the Storm in the bag outside of things like Daredevil. There is just so much to pick on this team. I do not know if you can ever ban them out.
No, and I'm kind of happy about this performance, because I feel like for once our Preds are alive. For once we were right about something. We had a few mishaps the last 2 days, but Liquid Citadel showing us what's up. This was a very, very convincing victory for them to close out the day, to close out the series. Although, again, we do have to give some credit to SSG. I do think they did put up a fight. I do see that team in the middle of the pack.
They weren't putting up any fight, I don't think.
In their opening match.
Yeah, I also feel like that goes hand in hand to like TSM trying to figure out their footing, right? You know, maybe it was a little too late, but they found it today, and that's what matters. And then your Space Station, you go back to the drawing board. What did we do right, and what can we do even better when it comes to dealing with some of the titans in the region that is Liquid Citadel?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Liquid Citadel, they got mad experience. But that's good, though. That's really good for SSG, because now they have a taste of like what the big dogs fight like, how the big dog fights like.
Can they readjust their comp to find a new solution like we know that the opposition could do? Like we know Liquid Citadel has that in their bag. We just need to see the same thing from them. But I'll tell you what, they have the talent. We saw what they did on point 1 against this team, and that is a testament to what they could do in the future.
Absolutely. Yeah, the individual pieces are definitely there. And then we did see, of course, adjustments being made heading into this second map, right? We did see Nectar, them playing back on the duelist role. The Elsa did have an impact, was the SVP, but it just didn't quite come together. That said, though, Liquid Citadel also just high-key actually speedrun this one. Like, they were rushing through their attack.
Yeah.
If another team is just like firing in all
It was just smooth sailing.
Sometimes there is just nothing you can do about that.
Makes you wonder, like,
yeah, they didn't put up any fight.
Composition come out too, because
so he trying to sugarcoat it. They were here for the vibes.
Did have some signs of life. It went hand in hand with the way that maybe they could get a lot more aggressive. Fidel, you know, being on the cloak and dagger did put in a lot of that healing, but Monk kind of needed some of that extra help in the backline too. It was just a lot of damage output. Combine that with Polly being on Emma. Yeah, it was crazy because you talked about a bit too, Shib. Keeping that diamond form allows you to keep that damage output, but we got to hear some more from Paulie himself. I'm hearing the interview is ready.
Paulie.
Indeed, so let's bring
Yo, Paulie's getting the interview today. Paulie's getting the interview.
Liquid Citadel after this convincing
Damn.
to map to Paulie. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about. Of course, let's talk about this match.
Yo, Paulie has a hairstyle that I had when I was 17.
What you saw from SSG yesterday, was there anything
That's so funny.
You felt like you need to focus heading into today's match?
I think.
Oh, they sponsored by Alien and Monster.
Is what we need to focus on, and it's what we.
They tried. I want to hear what their comm sounds like. Yeah, same here.
So much more locked.
That's all you can do.
You know, I'm sure it's first day nerves is definitely something that happens.
Polly, oh my god.
Bring up to you, dude. I think it's so valuable. You cannot play cap. They won't.
Jarvis.
Which gives you a free ban every time. Do you think that's going to always be an advantage for your team and help you guys take this thing home?
I mean, yeah, for sure. Like, just like in China, just ban cap, except that now I can literally play every tank in the game. So, just try.
Yeah, he's been opening the bag a little bit. You're getting some more heroes. The hero ocean, not a hero pool. I get it, buddy.
Yep. I was literally about to chime that in too, man. Your cap has been in jail for way too long, but if anything, that benefits you guys even better. I think the Vanguard lineup for you and Spark Chief is chef's kiss so far. I mean, looking forward and looking back at your previous match, before, you know, revealing too much or anything like that, are you feeling like there's a team specifically that is a bigger threat to you guys in terms of preparation?
Just pointing out a team, I'll just say 100 Thieves.
I was just about to say 100 Thieves, but then at the same time, Tira's not there.
I think that, yeah, we just need to adapt to that. Yeah, I just want to point them out, really.
And what about a team within your group, though? Like, just in general, you know, you have, yeah, we lost, that has been on the mind of a lot of different people.
Oh, yeah. I would consider them a really dive-heavy team, for sure. So, against them, we should just know that they will be diving us, so, yeah, we
Yeah, I think that, like,
I mean, yeah,
it's always difficult
they
to
are
find the right
to look
balance.
out.
Banned from Fortnite, so hopped on Rivals.
Yep,
for sure. No, I was gonna
Tira joined a better region.
It's always difficult to find the
They
right
scared of
balance.
EU.
You guys showed me yesterday you can run dive. Today you're playing a little more front to back with that triple lineup, pulling out Ultron. Is there anything your team can't do, or do you feel like you guys can handle any situation and counter back?
I mean, yeah, for sure. I think we are really flexible right now. I think we're all willing to improve on literally like any comp, anything, any hero. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Beautiful.
That's why we consider you guys a super team, right? You see meta proof that
Navi would also stomp 100 Thieves. Imagine. That would be a fun game to watch. Your previous teammate swapped team and then now they gotta fight against you. That's literally the situation of one of the teammates in T1. He swapped to T1 and he had to go against his old teammates. But then they got washed though. And then they had a comeback story. Do they ever do NA versus UK or EU? Do they ever do battles like that?
The rust is shaking off. they're locked in and they're ready.
Navi will stomp Citadel too. Do they ever do battles?
Put so much effort into doing
NA versus EU. I would love to watch.
Because most of them have established an identity. We have a good idea of kind of what
that will be Worlds, right? And they're prepping for that, right? I heard Rival was working their way to make that happen.
Absolutely. I think we've seen teams step up today that maybe struggled yesterday and showed that despite, you know, even if they took an L today, like they have the talent. There was so many close matches today. There was very few that felt like they were just so one-sided. I think that's a testament to, we talked about how every team could show up on any given day, and I think that's very much still the case.
And with the best of 3 too, it's so difficult, right? Because a lot of these teams are still trying to figure out like where they excel on. We saw it in the middle of the series with TSM, but it's been banger after banger, guys. We saw Ultron out here. We had Iron Man. We had Cap at some points, not for Poly, but we had Cap at some points. And then I think too, like
Thor was in the mix. We had everything, Vicky.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Thor too. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Zoe. It's just been kind of like that roulette of heroes where one team can lean into those strengths, and even if they're going against the grain in terms of their compositions that isn't the usual comp, it could throw a wrench when it comes to having to reset, even Portal to recontest, and that has a lot of win rate depending on what type of game mode that you're playing on.
It's also really going to make it more difficult for the teams that are about to face off against you, right? Because if you're showing so many different looks and so many like pocket heroes that you're able to pull out,
what do you think the end game is for Ignite?
About what kind of bans they
for American region,
yeah, what are you more afraid of?
I think it's gonna become. Wait, is this Group B?
Ocean, you can ban out a pool, but
are we just do we only watch Group B today? No, right?
I've seen this team run very different comps over the last
yesterday. Nightmare didn't play, but I think the end game is gonna be Citadel and 100 Thieves again. I feel like that's what's gonna be, or it's gonna be Liquid versus Sentinels. But we'll see. I'm very confident that 100 Thieves is going to get their shit together, and then they're going to come back, and then they're going to fight against the Liquid.
No bans will give you a guaranteed victory, and that's exactly the level of competition that I want to see moving into.
Yes, right now they're playing by regions. Okay.
It's really, really exciting. Again, we're just having 2 weeks of regular season play, so there is not that much room for error as we're playing in this round robin stage, right? We have 6 teams in each of our groups.
Do you think they have every ultimate memorized, or do they have some cheat sheet with them? I think they have some kind of like papers on their monitor, like I think they have something that is just like, because it's the camera and the monitor right here, I think they have it on their monitor like this, or like near the camera, so when they look at the camera they could kind of like scan up, and then there's like everything that they got to know and they got to talk about, the keywords. Shibi memorized. I mean, Shibi, he's a content creator too. He makes a lot of content when he also helps people understand abilities and stuff. So Shibi probably knows most of it. Zoe, I don't know if she memorized it. And I don't know if Vicky Kitty plays or if she's just a caster. I don't think I've ever seen Vicky's gameplay before. I've seen Sheep's gameplay. I know he plays, and he makes contents for people to better understand the game.
Any given day, any of these teams could show up. Once they find their footing, they find their comp.
Nightmare.
They might be able to push this the whole way. As we look at today's results, first off, Nightmare. Yeah, we lost. Yeah, we lost coming out on top. 2 dive teams duked it out.
TSM. Sentinel. Fly lost 2 games.
And how about the rest, though?
They lost yesterday, they lost today.
A lot of the teams really showed up.
Do they have a chance to come back tomorrow?
Quick adjustments here. I am happy to
right, that's who he is. Yep, that's the one that be on social media, letting you know all the good informations.
Well, right? We do love those close matches, but also I love the story of having the team to beat. One team has to have a target on their back.
The only ones I know is Raging Royal Flush, Heavens, Retribution,
I think we really needed that.
Psionic Seduction, Freedom Charge, and Ensong Inferno. Sentinel's coming back. I think so. So Swamp Gaming is up there. They got 2 points. Damn, 100 Thieves got 0 so far. Let's see. Wow.
Finding themselves in the bottom here. As I said, the bottom
It's surprising, yeah. It's surprising to see that 100 Thieves is down there, but they're gonna make a comeback.
Position here. Sen also finally getting that dub on the board, and Swamp Gaming currently looking really, really strong in our group of death.
Why didn't Energy play today?
100 Thieves has not played their second match, and neither has Energy, so they do have a chance to move
okay.
up here tomorrow. They will be playing early on. You can look
Got it. Okay.
At the B-side bracket. Lunex at the bottom there. Nightmare having their first match today. Again, just being at a slight disadvantage. The second match coming up here tomorrow. TSM moving up on 4th. SSG, we just saw them play. Looked very strong. Going to be in 3rd. Yeah, we lost. And 2nd.
Ooh, Nightmare's at the bottom. Bro, I hope Nightmare comes back.
Team Liquid Citadel.
Wow, this is so crazy to see. Like, just after 2 days alone, not only with the different compositions that we've been able to witness, but the bangers that we have in store for
This is tomorrow?
Tomorrow, so look at this to open up the day. These are 2 behemoths.
Yo, Swamp Game versus Energy opening tomorrow?
Yeah, we lost versus Lunex. That's going to be a little bit of PTSD, but also a run-back opportunity for Lunex after they had their best of 7 in the grand final.
What time is this happening, bro? Let me look this up. What's UTC? 17 UTC. So 5 p.m. UTC, but what is that out here?
I think the Nightmare and Space Station Gaming one, I'm going to put an asterisk to that series because I think that's going to determine a lot on where both of these teams stand, with Nightmare playing, of course, their first series just today, but it went to a map number 3. And at the end of the day, that's going to be difficult. FlyQuest versus 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like that call out there.
How would you see that one pan out? FlyQuest obviously struggling here. Losing their first
10 a.m.
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna be asleep.
A really good team. You know, they're a newer roster.
Now I'll wake up for it. I'll wake up for it. I just gotta go to sleep early tonight. Just gotta edit.
See some individual big plays, but I think they just need more time together.
Right after this stream, I'm going straight into editing mode.
Because you know, I know this.
I gotta get into the editing version of Kaizen, and then make some space, drop some content for tomorrow, and then we're gonna have an early ass stream. We're gonna watch it from 10 a.m.
Incredible matches coming our way, and speaking of incredible things, make sure to cop all the shiny new things in our store, such as the cloak and dagger skin.
Yo, she talking about cop. Cop them. Hey, we gonna cop.
I didn't know if I wanted that information, but here it is.
His legs don't work.
So definitely something that
Joe Swanson
you want to get for yourself. Alongside, of course, also the Season 7.
100 Thieves has 0 because they've only played 1 game. Got it. They gotta lock the in. I put Sentinel first.
Embark on a mission to save New York. Here is your opportunity.
Hey, and you know what?
Swamp Gaming versus Energy is the best game there. And then we're starting, so we're starting with a banger. That's what it is.
To look forward to, because since what, 2 days
the wins are gonna be Energy,
light mode skins to pick up,
Lunex and Sentinel, SSG, and 100 Thieves. All right, so that's what you choosing for tomorrow's game. Okay, that's not a bad roster. Who was Lunex fighting against again?
MAGIK'S Infernal Idol.
And last but definitely not least, kick off the new season with captivating style. You know,
I'm not sure.
Guys, this isn't Cap. You know,
I can't really see.
Actually, going to be Brett Hendrick, and you know, playing for ESU's very own sports team.
Promise you, I'm not buying a Cloak and Dagger skin ever. You don't play Cloak and Dagger. Why would you buy a Cloak and Dagger skin for a character you don't play?
Some of those nights. Obviously, this one's based just strictly on Marvel Rivals Season 7. Hasn't been in a comic appearance, but very...
Lunex versus Nightmare? Oh. Hopefully, we'll see. I don't know if I believe it, but... Since I'm on a crunch time of... on a crunch time schedule, I'm not gonna rerun the Nightmare. I'll just watch that on my own while I'm editing or something. And then tomorrow, we'll watch... we'll go live early in the morning so that we can watch the very first game, Energy versus Swamp Gaming. Is gonna be dope.
Biggest takeaway, teams are starting to figure things out. I think the teams are stepping into the role.
Cloak is the only main healer I don't play. Missing out. I'm just saying, full potential. They got mad potential.
I gotta say, expect the unexpected. That was the theme for today. Everybody's Preds, and you know,
literal carry potential if you play right.
it out, and I cannot wait to see how.
But again, that's every character.
To be alongside you.
It's all about timing.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. We've seen established heavyweights being tested, massive strategic pivots from different teams such as TSM finding their identity in this new meta. It's been an absolute blast. A huge thanks to my partners in the booth today, Vicky, Kitty, and I run Ship. Make sure to follow them on socials and share some love. And also, of course, a massive thank you to everyone who tuned in to watch. We see you, chat. We see you. We're with you. We're getting started here in Marvel Rivals Ignite, the preseason Americas. This was just day 2. Many more to come, such as tomorrow. So make sure to tune back in for the conclusion of week 1. We'll see you then.
Woo, week 1. How many weeks we got? Like 4 weeks? All right, so tomorrow, okay. 29. No, tomorrow is Nightmare versus SSG. Not Lumix. Lumix is fighting YWL. I've never seen YWL yet. But I'm going to get to see that later on. Nightmare versus YWL, right? That was today's first match. Okay, yo. Cafe... What were the names again? Cafe Rose? And versus Sentinel? I think Sentinel is going to win. I don't know. I feel like Sentinel is going to definitely win that. All right. All right. Wait, what is this? Pre-select? This was 2 hours ago? Oh, right. This is the UK one. UK one. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to call it here today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It was a good time. It was a good time for sure. Looking forward to tomorrow's battle. It's going to be some dopeness off the rip. First battle is just going to be straight cutthroat. So I'm looking forward to that. And I gotta get to editing, so snap. Like I don't even think I have the time to watch any other region right now, but hopefully I find the time to do so. I am gonna be cooking dinner too, so while I'm eating, I'm probably gonna watch some European one and then we'll catch up on the Nightmare battle that I missed out on today. But today I'm gonna call it here, and then I gotta get into editing so I could post some stuff. I'm gonna drop a new content, which is basically our experience of watching Ignite together. It's gonna be like my very first time editing a video like that and just dropping it. So yeah, turn on the notification. Let me know if you guys like it or not on the comment. It helps me a lot to know how to maneuver when it comes to content creating and stuff like that. I appreciate y'all. If you guys are going out, make sure you stay safe because the world is crazy right now. And stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water. Love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all soon. Peace. VP and Navi, only team that matters. Okay, I'm just gonna watch their portion on the EU and then I'm just gonna ignore everybody else. Pew pew.